Already that is too loud for me. There we go. Yippee! The character models look scary. Yep, they do. Look, I'm going to turn down my own volume because that will drive me insane. Do it in Russian? Absolutely not. Let's view the intro. NLB project. With the support of the general sponsors. Who are you? Why are you these football hooligans? And who's Mr. X? Are these the developers? Or are these like... Okay, that was the intro. That was apparently the intro to the game. Fantastic. Let's start the English version. Wild Island Quest. That is a terrible opening screen, by the way. Brown on dull green. Greenish brown on dull green is not a good way of doing this. There's not enough contrast. Start English version. Are we in for a time here? Oh, there's a dice. This game book has very simple rules. There's no strength or stamina. Is this like a fighting fantasy book? There is no strength or stamina, because all your heroes are just kids, and it's unlikely that they will achieve success by brute force. Instead, luck is taken into consideration, because it influences invisibly everyone's life. To find out how lucky you are, the program will roll a die. The number you get will be your luck, and it won't change in course of the game. If you are not satisfied with your result, you can roll it again by pressing a sign in the bottom of the screen. If you face some situations which demand to test your luck, follow the instructions set forth in the text. Remember that the success of your adventure depends on your actions, but not on dice rolls. So make thorough preparations for the adventure. Choose your companions carefully. It's Baldur's Gate. So basically Baldur's Gate. Yes, it's Baldur's Gate. Choose your companions carefully. We took the lucky feat, so we have 3 extra advantages on die rolls. Do not forget that all characters have their strengths and weaknesses. Also pay attention that only one of your friends can take a useful item. Enjoy the game. Okay, thank you. The valley is covered with mist. Dusk has already fallen. You and your friends, Doyle, Conan, and Irene, fuck right off, are making your way through the coastal shrubbery, closer and closer to the edge of the island. I wonder where he got those names from. Black, crooked branches often appear from the fog. They sway like being alive. It's cool outside. A chilly wind is blowing. Sometimes you can hear grinding sounds. Such sounds are usually typical of the floating of ice when the edges of ice blocks clash. Finally, the shrubbery is past, and you come to the edge of the island. Usually it looks like an edge of a chasm, but today, everything is different. Today, an unknown and mysterious land is floating past the edge of your home. This is the famous Wild Island, where Cyrus Paganel was on the expedition. Of course it is. You heard about it many times, and now you see the island with your own eyes. So this is just normal? We haven't been like isekai'd? This is just like a normal world where floating islands exist. Quickly, screams Conan. We won't make it. Quickly. Your friends run towards the edge and jump over one by one. Even Doyle is already on the other side waving to you. That fucker. Come to us! Henry, come to us! You run towards them. There's the edge of the island. There is a fearsome chasm. Wild Island is slowly floating ahead as the chasm seems to be a black river. Having gathered you strength... Yeah, I'm not going to just stay here. Well, game over. I'm going to go to sleep, actually. The Return of Red Hood! That's the game I played! Was that patched in after the fact? Because this came out before. Although it does look nothing like that, so maybe it was just like a preview. Like in the MCU when they would tease like Doctor Strange existing on a computer screen. You jump up and figure out that you were in bed. The room is filled with morning light. Parents are very close, discussing something. What are they discussing? I have luck too, by the way. Fucking hell. Snoopy is sniffing something in the corner of the room. Oh, they're gonna get sued. Having noticed that you awoke, he lively runs up to you and tries to lick your face, jumping near the bed. Disgusting. I don't like it when people let dogs lick their face. It's gross to me. You laugh and give him a hug. For almost a year you had been asking your parents to buy a dog, and finally got this devoted friend on your birthday. Snoopy is a very young dog. Better say a puppy. He's curious about everything and follows you everywhere. Is the music too loud, by the way? I can turn that down. Without doubt, this day will be interesting, and the most amazing thing is that Wild Island really approaches Mech City. We live in Mech City! Yes! Wild Island, it's a bit loud. Can I turn it down at all? Settings. Oh, Jesus. Volume 25%. I put it down to 5. Music on, click sound on, apply. That is a very scary settings menu. Wild Island is just a plot of land that floats constantly close to your island. That is called Mech City, the same as the main city. Usually it is quite far, but nevertheless there were foolhardy travellers who were able to get there on balloons filled with hot air. However, something has happened, and Wild Island is getting closer to Mech City with every passing day. I hate our clock. I think our clock seems to have some sort of Windows XP background on it. This hot issue is being discussed by all scientists and travellers. According to the latest research, today Wild Island will float to the edge of Mech City and will stay close for almost a day. Where it is going to fly after, nobody knows. The laws of islands floating are poorly studied so far, even by the most prominent scienticians. Well, it's time to get ready, otherwise you can be late, and you can't miss such a rare event. Go out. I guess we're going out. Are we Henry then? We have a vicious side parting. Have we done that thing that people used to do where they would shave a parting in their head? Go out. I guess that is a vicious side parting. You stand in front of your house. A garden overgrown with weed is around you. In the centre of the garden, an old shed can be seen. You like to play with friends there. In the shed. That is a grim existence. Hello, would you like to play in my shed? It's only a little bit musty. Also, that dog is clearly some sort of horrible mutant. That dog is clearly a model from a different game than this kid. Snoopy is jumping by your feet, running aside at times towards something he's interested in. What do you wish to do? Fuck, sit in the shed. Go to your wank shed. How old are you? You look teenage. You look a little bit like Will Poulter, that actor, who was in, various things. Black Mirror, I think. It's like his biggest thing so far, right? Maybe? Midsummer. He was in Midsummer. Go to the shed. That's a wank shed. It's even got the gasoline. You are approaching the old shed. Here you know every trail, every crack, every trail in the shed. How many times you played here, imagining yourselves in caves of other island, or inside an airship. Oh, idiot children. Oh yes, he was in the Dark Pictures anthology. Which one of those was he in? It wasn't one of the good ones. I think he was in Little Hope. There's a workbench here surrounded by piles of long, waved wood shavings. Various gardening tools are in the corner near the workbench. I would take the poison or this stabber. This is a chisel. Take the stabber. Oh, take the fucking machete thing up there. What is that? Is that a Bowie knife, a machete? Take whatever that is. If you're going on an adventure, you need a knife. On the other side, your father fixed a few shelves full of all sorts of things. Hello, Assassin, welcome. There is a small metal canister with long spout on one of the shelves. Father uses it to deal with weeds in the garden. If we're gonna be, like, beaten by goblins or something at some point in this, we're gonna want to, like, prise open one of their jaws and feed him weed killer. Or, like, feed him petrol and then light him on fire. The liquid astonishes and frightens you at the same time. The stuff kills weeds at once, and nothing can grow there for a long time. You heard frightening rumours that cannibal plants grow on Wild Island. Looking around, you take the canister and put it in your backpack. Thank you. I think that'll be useful for cannibal plants. Now you feel safer. Although a cannibal plant would, by definition, only eat other plants. So you're probably fine. Go back. I'd take the knife. Just the big knife. You stand in front of your house, and a garden overgrown with weed is around you. Yep, that's fine. Let's go to the city centre. Actually... Oh, Jesus Christ. This looks a little bit like Sonic 06, and I'm looking less like Will Poulter and more like a sort of squished Paul Dano. You're on the main square of Mech City. People bustle about like ants, going on errands. I mean, I'm sure it's just perspective, but these people are fucking tiny compared to me. Like, this is not very well done with... That's just a photograph of people! And then some fucked up models in front of it. People bustle about like ants, going on errands. You can get to many interesting places, but the most important is not to miss the approach time. This is just somebody taking their Nikon Coolpix camera, taking a quick blurry photo of like an Italian city, and then fucking spray painting some shit 3D models. On the western edge of this square, you can see the house of famous Mech City huntsman, Beobras Beowulf, a father of your friend Conan. Beobras Beowulf. That's his name. You can drop in to see him if you like. Conan will certainly want to join you. There's a library in the northwest. You can look for something interesting there, something that may prove useful. In the northeast, there is the house of the inventor, Nicholas Swift, a father of your friend, Doyle. Is that a reference to Jonathan Swift, probably? Doyle is probably at home, because he likes to spend his free time in his father's workshop. That's his equivalent of the wank shed. They say knowledge is power. Maybe it's wise to invite him to go with you. I want all of my friends to go with me. If I'm going on an adventure, I want to do like Famous Five style. Maybe there's smugglers. I've never read Famous Five. The house of traveller Cyrus Paganel is on the eastern edge of the square. It is he who is on Wild Island, and he can tell you something that is not written even in Doyle's books. You can also return home and stay there for a while, or go to the place where Wild Island is expected to float and just wait. I want to gather a team. This is like the opening of Baldur's Gate 3, where you're just kind of wandering around in the wilderness, stumbling upon goons to save. And then sometimes you can just miss them or accidentally kill them. It's up to you to decide. Choices matter. I would like to visit the huntsman, Beowulf. Oh, Jesus Christ. Huntsman's house is severe and serious, the same as its owner. On the door, there's a large copper ring. Fixed in the grinning iron jaws of an animal. That's clearly a black ring, not copper. Those who are not acquainted with Beobras may be disinclined to come in, only by the sight of the house. Actually, appearances are deceptive. Beobras is a good-natured person. He's frightening only to enemies of Mech City. You just said he was severe. You come up to the door and seize the ring. That's always a good idea. Go inside. Why even give me the option? Are we severely balding, by the way? That close-up on his head, he's gonna be bald by 17. Your friend Conan opens the door. Oh, he's a fucking weird survivalist creep. He goes to school dressed in camo and with like a buzz cut. This is gonna be an insufferable prick. Your friend Conan opens the door. Conan is broad-shouldered, pugnacious. I've heard the word pugnacious so many times, and I've never fully understood what it means. It doesn't mean look like a pug. Is it like a very rude term? Pugnacious. Eager or quick to argue. Oh, so it's like pugilistic, maybe. Probably from the same root. Not looking like a pug. Fair enough. Your friend Conan opens the door. Conan's room reminds you of a military barracks. Probably father's upbringing takes effect. A handmade bow is hanging on the wall. A present from the father. The Holy Father. A horizontal bar is screwed in the corner. What, for pull-ups, I assume? It's under my camera. It's just a bar. So, Henry.
So, Henry, are you ready?
Yeah, buddy. Of course. Shall we go?
You bet. By the way, he lowers his voice. What about taking my father's rifle? He's out and come home in evening.
Yeah, fuck it. Children running around with a gun? Why not? Absolutely. Are you throwing knives at a dartboard? I was going to ruin the dartboard. Yeah, let's do it. Rifle will be useful. Oh, Christ, look at him. He's got some sort of horrible growth in his hair as well. He's got mange? I'm balding. This kid's got mange. We shouldn't be on this city. You are going upstairs to Beabras's room. It resembles Conan's room, save the bow. There's a double-barrel gun instead, and it's in a closed case with glass doors. Punch through, like Ryan Gosling in Nice Guys. Just like wrap your hand and punch through, and then go, ah! How do we take it out, you ask? It is locked.
This lock is simple,
brushes aside Conan.
Give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Oh, I thought it would be simpler. I didn't realize there would be a simple lock. Pick the lock or something. Pick the lock with a steel nail. That's fucking... okay. Moves a chair up to the case and begins to pick the lock with a steel nail. He obviously overestimated his skills because much time has passed. When he finally opens the case, take the rifle and hang it behind the back. So he managed to do it. With a nail. Rifle buttstock almost touches the ground, but now Conan has a rather bellicose air. This is... it's bizarrely written, because the grammar is all over the place, but they use words like bellicose and pugnacious. Was this written by a robot? It's time to leave. Jesus Christ, you're fucking broad. You look like one of the Baldwin brothers. So as to obtain the rifle, you've lost much time. An armed Conan is now with you, but there's not much time to do anything before Wild Island arrives. Okay, but we've got a fucking burly boy with a gun. We can just fucking throw him at any enemies. You have to hurry in order to not be late. Let's go, wait for the island approaching. We're just some fucking useless twink. We've just got some weed killer and some water. He's got a gun. I hope he brought the bow as well. And the knives? He seems like he'd have knives everywhere. Expecting the wonder that many people witness just once in a lifetime, you hurry to the edge of Mech City Island. Very soon you will see Wild Island float near. Joyful Snoopy runs close to you, sniffing the nearest bushes. They used a dictionary. He seems to look forward to seeing new lands too. Oh, we've got a dog as well. I mean, it's a small dog, but even a small dog can gnaw open a scrotum if properly directed. You are in a hurry, almost like in your dream, moving branches off the coastal trees apart, being afraid to be late. What type of dog was it that ate that woman's face when she was asleep? I remember reading the full details because it sounds insane to say that your face could be eaten while you're asleep. But it kind of, I think she just went into shock while she was asleep while her face got eaten. Mech City folk usually call the edge of the island as the Strand. It really looks like a strand. Grass does not grow here, and everything is covered with sand. There's a lot of grass you're standing on. It was a Labrador. There we go. I think I used this in an argument with Emma recently. I say argument. Emma was like, Labradors never seem to attack people like pit bulls do and stuff like that. And then I pulled up dog attack stats and Labradors were like number 5 on the list. It's just that they don't get reported as sensationally because people are like, oh, Labradors. But yeah, they eat faces a lot. Even a small dog could gnaw open a scrotum if properly directed. I think it could. I mean, even a guinea pig could. They've got very sharp teeth. A guinea pig can bite through wire. A guinea pig can clip through some hair very easily. They groom themselves and cut their hair. They eat faces a lot. I think that's their go-to thing, is eating faces. My phone died, so it was in lurk mode. I got a new phone. I got a new phone, and the battery actually works. It's incredible. Just a battery that doesn't die after 4 hours. It's a new world for me. It's great. Labradors just eat a lot, period. I don't think they ate periods. I mean, they probably would if you offered. Never going to the park again. Like a guinea pig. I feel like you could train a guinea pig to sort of latch onto a scrotum and pull it open. I think you could train a lot of animals to do that. Anything with sharp teeth. So probably not a cow. Although a cow would probably just be able to... The molars on a cow, it would probably just pop them like grapes. But I don't think they'd be able to, like, rip it open or anything. Strand, yeah. When a strong wind is blowing, grains of sand are rising into the air and fall down into the fathomless depths under the island. Is this like Skyward Sword? Look, this obviously does not look like a high-quality game. It cannot be worse than Skyward Sword. Normally, only clouds and foggy outlines of distant islands can be seen from the strand. But today, everything is different. I think that's their go-to thing, eating faces, Dreya and Labradors. Just one stream without Dreya talking about periods. That's all I ask. It will never happen. You stand still, and a sigh of excitement comes out of your chest. Wild Island is floating slowly, very close to you. Sometimes island edges collide, the music's dropped out, making deep rumbling noise. Lumps of ground and sand masses come off and fall into the abyss. Each earth shakes under the feet. This is an enchanting and scary sight at the same time. Now the idea to jump over to another island doesn't seem so fascinating anymore. Coward! You look closely at alien shores floating by. There's this looks like a PlayStation 1 graphic. This is a PNG right here. There's a tangle of some tall grass with pointed echinoform leaves. Again, this was written by a robot. Here are tall trees enmeshed in lianas. Some birds, disturbed by the sound of collision, fly out of bushes from time to time. You can hear howls of unseen animals in an alien forest. Oh, dog! Look at that freak! Oh, he's so horrible! I want to kill him. He's so horrible. Suddenly, a small, fluffy animal jumps right out to the shore. One long hop and it's in front of you. Snoopy is barking furiously at it. Is he? It looks like Snoopy's the one that's jumping. The frightened animal, oh, there we go, jumps back. Now Snoopy breaks loose and chases the animal before you can stop him. They both vanish in the forest before you know it. You look like a Nintendog or something. You're horrible. Snoopy, stop! Snoopy! Without thinking about a hazard, you rush after your loyal friend. By a single jump, you cross the roaring precipice. Once again, mind the gap. Snoopy's silhouette flickers among the trees and disappears behind them. They knew what they wanted to say and had to look up words. I've been told I use too many complicated words too. It's hard to find the right balance. No. So it's like, I know the word in Russian, so I need to look up what it is in English. And they just pick like an extremely complicated, obscure word. That will do. A few adults who saw your desperate act run towards you, screaming something. Stop! You rush after Snoopy, moving deeper into the unfamiliar forest, guided by distant barking. Although you run as fast as possible, the bark is getting more and more distant. In the end, you're out of breath, feeling... Well, the microphone did not like that. In the end, you're out of breath, feeling pain in the chest. No more strength to keep running. Wild Island Forest is around you, and instantly you realise that you've run too far. It's necessary to return for help, but it appears not so easy to find the way back. Did fucking Conan the ranger boy at least follow me in? Surely. You could follow your trail, but there's a dense carpet of musty foliage on the ground. And it's impossible to see the footprints. Love a musty bush. You try to listen to the roar of clashing edges of two islands, but it's lost in the noise of disturbed inhabitants of the forest. It seems you are completely lost. A long time has already elapsed, and it's getting dark in the jungle. It looks like night is falling. It's useless and dangerous to look for a way out in the dark. You're scared. Tears are welling up in your eyes. Fucking nerd! But it's clear that you won't return home today. Apparently, you'll have to stay overnight here. You come across a small forest glade and look around. Will it be safe to settle here, or should you find a safer place while it's not too dark? Am I still with Mr. fucking Conan? Make shelter of branches in the glade. Take rest on the tree branches. So I could crawl up into the trees so I don't get eaten by bears? Or I could make a sort of weird little improvised tent out of leaves and branches? Make a shelter, sure. I'd probably climb the tree. I'm gonna make a shelter. That's fucking impressive. Jesus. Somebody's been watching his primitive technology. After thinking a little, you decide that staying overnight on the glade is not so bad after all. Besides, you aren't going to sleep like that on the ground. Any mech city boy can make a plain shelter of fallen branches. Can they? Are they all in the scouts? Or the sort of mech city youth? What's wrong, Pig? Pig is looking around. I may have woken her earlier. Hang on. Do you want to go down? Make a bed out of twigs first. That's more important than a roof. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to rain. Do you want to go down? Hello, Pig. Little Pig. Do you want to say hello to camera first? Oof. Come on. There you go. Look at those little feet. Look at those little feet and hands. There you go. You can go down now. Ray Mears would love this. Is Ray Mears still doing stuff? He wasn't as much of a piss hound as Bear Grylls, was he? Because Bear Grylls always rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't like how into piss he seemed to be. It seemed like he was mainly doing those shows as an excuse to drink piss out of snakes. Whereas Ray Mears seemed a little bit more legitimate. But I think Bear Grylls kind of took over a bit. After thinking a little, you decide that staying overnight in the glade is not so bad after all. Soon you proudly admire the assembled structure. Unfortunately, you're not in a courtyard, but in the alien, dangerous forest. When I think of Bear Grylls, I think of him drinking piss from a snake like a water skin. And I think of him squeezing elephant excrement into his face to get water from it. And I just remember thinking, you're doing this as a kink. Like, there's no way you're not. You're doing this because it makes you so hard, it's uncomfortable. Like, you're about to pop. Rudiger Neberg is the one and only. Is he like the German Ray Mears? Also, I think it might have been Bear Grylls who went to Ireland to do he went to, like, the fucking Cliffs of Moher to do, like, a survivalist thing. And, like, cut open a sheep and slept in it like a Star Wars scene. When there's, like, towns, like, 5 minutes from the Cliffs of Moher. And everybody in Ireland went, what the fuck are you doing? Soon you'll proudly admire the assembled structure. Unfortunately, you're not in your courtyard, but the alien dangerous forest. It's getting dark. It's time to get ready for sleep. I don't know who the Ray guy is. This might be too British or too Irish. I mean, not Irish, they're both British. Is that on YouTube? Him drinking the elephant excrement? Bear Grylls piss snake, maybe? Bear Grylls drinks own urine. I mean, there's a lot of... This is a 2-minute clip. Bear Grylls drinks his own piss out of a snake skin. There we go. Let me click that. Is this the one as well? Man vs. Wild recycling pee? This might be it.
Cycle P to help me survive.
To help me survive. He talks like a newscaster. It really annoys me.
Take your t-shirt and then just pee on it. As much of that fluid
He's such a piss freak.
you can. Or you wring it through the shirt, and then I'm not wasting any of this to the sand. And even just, you know, a little bit of pee into the mouth is just going to help moisten it, take the edge off of thirst.
Oh! It's not even when he pisses into a snake, and it's still unpleasant. That's the snake. He skins a snake and then uses it as a water skin. It just inflates like a fucking condom. Why are you doing this? What's wrong with you? Just a dead snake full of piss. And then later on, oh, I'm a bit thirsty. I'm gonna drink my fucking snake skin full of piss. Horrible fucker. He didn't need to do that. The views. 68,000 views. Bear Grylls. Was it elephant dung? Bear drinks elephant dung juice.
In hot climates, if you try to walk in the heat of the day with no water, you may last no more than 4 hours. But if it's a choice between life and death, there's a survival trick I was shown by an old ranger.
Such a prick.
One thing you can do if you're stuck out here with no water source at all is actually
I don't know if I can actually watch
from
this
a
one.
fresh elephant dung. Pretty disgusting, but it could save your life.
Oh! Oh!
It's a real last resort. There can be harmful bacteria in that water. But if
Really?
have
You
nothing
don't
else to drink-
say! It might make you sick. Don't eat elephant shit. Jesus Christ. Anyway, this is the German boy. He's wearing a little adorable snake as a hat. Already he seems more wholesome. Anyway, let's go back to the game screen, shall we? Let's go over here. It's time to get ready for sleep. Go to sleep. The things people do for views. It's basically just like those streamers who like, you know, I saw a streamer who, when he got to like, what was it, like 10,000 subs, leapt from his shelf onto his PC. Like body slammed his own PC. It's a bit like that, but with more urine. Ooh. You get into your unsafe refuge. Okay, judgmental. It's almost completely dark around. You can see no further than an arm's length. The fuck is that noise? It must be Snoopy. He makes a horrible chittering noise like an insect, right? Night jungle is full of life. Somebody bustles about on trees. You can hear weird rustles and sighs coming from the thicket. Suddenly, forest animals begin to scream especially loud. You hear some small, rapid animals climb up the trees. It seems that a large predator is approaching. You do your best to discern something in the darkness, but in vain. Rolf Harris looming from the shadows. Besides, it's getting quiet outside. Okay, Conan is here. He just has been quiet for a bit. He's in shock. Keep the rifle in readiness. We're about to shoot a man, aren't we? We're about to kill a guy. Conan, keep the rifle in readiness. Oh, Christ, it's a big wolf! Conan, keep the white rifle ready, you whisper. Some beast is close. Conan nods in agreement, takes the rifle and starts looking into the darkness. Suddenly one of the walls of your shelter collapses, and you're horrified to see sparkling eyes, enormous fangs. You can smell stinking breath of the predator right in front of you. Shoot the rifle? Shoot in the air off the rifle. Shoot the boy. Yeah, he just might be saying hi. Hi! Just pushing his face through. What are you? Shoot in the air. Try and spook him off, right? There we go. He's gotten spooked. Look at his little teeth and his little face. Conan, you whisper. The rifle. Shoot. He made us a little window. That's nice. Trembling with fear, Conan takes father's double-barreled rifle, points it at the beast, and at that moment it comes into your head that it might not be so easy to kill the predator. Maybe it's better to scare him off? Wait, don't shoot at him. Shoot in the air. In another situation, Conan would probably argue, but now he's too scared. A shot rings out. The beast snorts abruptly and steps back. We might just piss him off. It's like if you shoot a polar bear, I think it just makes him angrier. Shoot again! Another barrel! Shoo, dog! Buzz off! Ah! Conan shoots once again. You can hear screams of animals, running away deeper in the forest. You shout as loud as possible, advancing towards the predator. Ah! Then when you think you're done for, the beast wavers. Frightfully burning eyes are vanished in the thicket, and ringing silence falls upon the glade. Kiss. Embracing each other, you all finally give way to tears. It appears that only by a miracle did you manage to escape sure death. Kiss. Kiss. At last you pull yourself together. Kiss. Okay, we defeated him, didn't we? You say, trying to make your voice sound confident. Conan, good job. What would we do without you? It's hard to tell in the darkness, but it seems that Conan blushed, and he's trying to smile. You pull a blanket out of the backpack. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it looks like we've gotten all damp. Oh, we must have run through Gandalf-typed I'm. New redemption. If you shot at me, I'd get pissed too. We've gotten wet in a puddle and we're all covered in mud. We're going to have to strip off and cling together for warmth. We only have one blanket as well, I'm sorry. We'll have to like wrap ourselves up tight in it. Oh no, our bits are touching. Let's try to sleep now. In the morning we'll decide what to do next. It's like 2 sausages in the same bun. You don't have to say it twice. In a minute, everyone sleeps like a dog. What? Is that a phrase? I slept like a dog last night. Twitching and chasing rabbits. Morning chill awakens you. He's trying to karate the gay away. It's already dawn. All night fears are in the past. Conan is near you, waving his arms in an attempt to get warm. We didn't sleep in our clothes, did we? Lame.
Boys!
This is Russian. There's not going to be any LGBT. Not with Putin having to approve it. I love the idea of Putin playing this. We're really giving this beast hot and strong. What? We're really giving this beast hot and strong, eh, Henry? He smiled. Are you coming on to me? I don't know what that means. Also, your clothes are less textured than mine. Yeah, exactly. I think he may have had a stroke. You roll up the blanket and put it back to the backpack. It's time to get out of this damn forest. Oh, it's huge. Fuck me, we're dead. The night... we need to piss in a snake, Conan. I'm so sorry, but we're going to need to piss in a snake. We can probably fill up a whole snake between the two of us. If we use it like a Chinese finger trap, but with penises and piss. The night dark subsides. Outlines of centuries-old trees near you can become seen more clearly. You hear singing of first awakened birds. Chirring of insects is coming from the grass. You need to keep moving. Today it's necessary to get out of this forest and return home at all costs. Overnight stay clearly demonstrated. It's best to not linger here. You pack your stuff in a hurry and start marching, trying to stick to some kind of a path, treaded by wild animals. At least there's hope. It'll lead you to a water source, and then you'll find the way out. Is that logic? Like, Oh, we'll follow a path to a pond. That'll definitely happen. Use it like a Chinese finger trap with penises and fists. I mean, how else would you? It depends. You could take turns, I guess, because then you'd need to tie 2 knots otherwise. I think what Bear Grylls did was that he'd like sort of killed the snake, chopped off its head, and then scooped it out like one would a melon or a kiwi or something. And then it was just the skin, like a balloon. And then he pissed in it and tied one end closed like a balloon. So I guess you'd have to take turns, like filling a car with petrol, I guess. You have been walking quite for a long time, but the forest does not end. Finally, gaps between the trees become wider, and you come to an edge. You let out an involuntary scream of joy. Up ahead, in lowland, you can really discern a vague silhouette of some water body. Firstly, you had to reach it, though. The animal trail is leading to another wood, smaller than the forest that you had just passed. What? The wood consists of short shrubs only. This underbrush is surrounded by fields where high grass grows. Gusts of wind sway plants on the fields. You seem to be so close to a vast lake. It's time to choose how best to get water. Drink it? I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? We can go through the fields or the thicket. Follow the animal path, I guess. That will definitely lead to the water. I mean, if you can see it, just walk a beeline towards it. I don't get the question. Follow animal path or follow fields. Go through the fields, fuck it. If you can just see it, just walk through the fields. Oh. You approach a big meadow with tall plants, topped by panicles of small white flowers. Their flavor is very strong, sickly sweet. Stop eating the flowers. You can clearly scent it, even here, on the edge of the field. In lowland, behind the meadow, your objective can be seen. A small lake. It seems no hindrances on your way. Are we gonna be fucking go through the meadow, I guess, if it's right there? Is this gonna be like in The Lost World, the terrible Jurassic Park movie? I mean, that's everything but the first one. But the one where the velociraptors are hunting them in the long grass in that meadow. And you can just see the tails and the furrows in the grass and then people going down. It's the one interesting scene in that movie. Go through the meadow. Unless it eats us. But we have herbicide. I'm sure that'll be fine. Not little buggos. Huge fucking buggos. Oh no. You go through the wall of tall, odorous plants. Are they the cum trees? Strong, sickly, sweet smell surrounds you. Would you describe the cum trees as sickly sweet? They're definitely strong and sickly, but sweet. Surrounds you from all sides. You are shrouded with it. Drenched in it. You seem to draw apart not stems, but the very wall of smell, which is almost tangible. It's very damp here and the ground is slippery. We've entered some sort of giant island vagina? But the objective appears to be so close and you're stubbornly marching forward. Despite inconveniences, you advance pretty fast. It's strange, but you have no more worries about your fate. Even Scary Night in the Forest comes to your mind, as if it had happened long ago, with somebody else. Somehow you start thinking that as soon as you reach water, your adventure will be over, and you'll find Snoopy and go home to take a nap. You are hopelessly lost. You are fucked. I don't mean to rain on your parade, but you are ruined. Why does Conan look like a 35-year-old Italian-American man, by the way? I don't think he's a kid. Yeah, it's a good idea to take a nap. Oh, this is opium or something, isn't it? Slight wind is blowing. Waves are running through the meadow. Ground doesn't seem damp anymore. Maybe you should take a nap. Just half an hour. Don't take a nap. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're sleepy boys. We're gonna get eaten by buggos. You take the rucksack off your back and slowly sink to the ground, right on the soft underlayer of herbs. You can hardly keep your eyes up. I'm getting tired. You can hardly keep your eyes open. Your mind clouds.
Hey, Henry, what is wrong with you?
You hear the worried voice of Conan. Nothing. Conan, let's rest a little. Maybe take a nap?
What are you talking about? Listen, you're so pale, Henry.
Everything is swimming before your eyes. Like from a side, you see Conan pulling your arm, trying to pick you up. Then comes deep oblivion. When you come to consciousness, you can hear water splash somewhere very close. You slowly open your eyes. I've gone cross-eyed under the picture. Oh, look at the little frog! Hello. It looks like this is the very lake you wanted to reach. Conan is sitting on the shore, intently watching at you. I think that might have been a death state if we didn't have another boy.
I thought you'd never.
He exhaled with relief. What happened to me?
It looks like those damn plants. Even I got a headache pulling you out of here, and you're just a little twink boy. You became weak in the knees and fell with no response, like some sort of woman.
Thanks, buddy. You hardly stand up. Okay, cool. You greedily fall down to water. Am I getting water spat in my mouth by a sexy toad? Water is pure, cool, and delicious. Only now, when the long walk to the lake is behind, you realize how thirsty you were. When you quenched your thirst, you look around. The lake is not very large. Its shores are covered in silt and tangles of reeds. On the opposite shore can be seen sunken in silt snags, tangled of rush, and... Oh no! Snoopy! My dog! Okay. You can't believe your eyes! The rush interferes in the line of sight, but you can clearly discriminate some movement behind it. This looks like an ad for a game that would have "Try not to come" written above it. Doesn't it? You know the ones. It just has that vibe. Like a really low-rent pornographic game. Try not to come. Even though I always found that very strange. Because surely the entire point of those games is to come. It'll be like playing Minecraft and it opens with "try not to gather ore and materials." I thought the entire point was that you come. You can't believe your eyes. The rush interferes the line of sight, but you clearly discriminate some movement. It looks like men on another shore. At first you think your parents came to help, but then you obviously discern half-naked bodies, and my parents are prudes. No, those certainly are not parents, but savages! Obviously. They're just fairly... I mean, they're wearing the equivalent of shorts and bikinis. Savages. Dwellers of the wild island. Your first inducement is to run away from here as fast as possible. Then you calm down and curiosity takes over. You don't know where to run anyway. The savages apparently can't see you. Perhaps by observing them, you'll find out how to get out of here. Ow! They get in a car. You carefully tiptoe your way through rustling tangles of reed. Tiptoe through the tulips, through the window, by the willow tree, and tiptoe to the savages with me. They're dressed in loincloths, holding stone spears and clubs in their hands. Savages dance around a high pole with a totem, whose meaning is hidden from you. Wait, I don't have much of an option. I still have the gun, right? I can shoot into the air and go, boo, and they'll all go, ah, and treat me as some sort of god, I assume. Knowing this game. Oh no! You easily caught me! What the fuck? Conan, you have a gun! Why didn't you just shoot at them? Oh, I'm choking that boy! Okay. You have no idea what to do in this situation. You have no option but to wait. Weird dances of savages continues quite long, but there seems no end to it. Looking at sharp, monotonous movements, you start to doze without noticing it. Am I the world's sleepiest twink? All of a sudden, right in front of you, the reed is being drawn apart, and appears scary-looking painted face. They've spotted us! You rush back, but that path is already cut off. The savages surround you from all sides. You defend yourselves as hard as you can, bite the attackers a few times, but the enemy is evidently stronger. I seem to be winning against this fucker. What the fuck? Did you kill them all? Whoa! Jesus Christ! There's blood! I wasn't expecting that in this game. I got an achievement, but I missed it. After some time, you already tied up by the pole with totem. The savages continue their dancing around it, and the expressions on their faces you don't like at all. Suddenly, sounded a clap of a shot. The savage nearest to you snatches at his chest, then takes his blood-stained hand to his eyes and falls dead. Sound of a few more shots that also find their targets. The savages begin to panic. Some of them fall on the ground, shaking, covering heads by hands. Why didn't you do this, Conan? But most of them run away, dropping their weapons. Soon only corpses and sparsely scattered people trembling in fear can be seen. It's big Conan. Is that my dad? The one who looks like Sean Penn? Beobras comes out of the bushes. Conan's father. He's girded by an ammunition belt, not shown here, and holds a shotgun in his hands, not shown here. Your parents, and you can see that woman's ass, like full-on cheeks there in the background, because I think they have not bothered to rotate the skirt. That is an upright skirt clipping through a bare ass. And it has 10 lines, I think. Your parents and a large group of men appear from behind the trees. I think they're just cosplayers. Well, Henry,
I will give you a proper spanking when we get back.
Father shakes his fist at you. Oh, that's my dad. Suddenly, you feel great tiredness, mixed with relief and disappointment. Yes, you survived the night in the jungle, coped with other dangers, but the price for your release was too high. There's several dead bodies around us because of you. Adventures are not always the same as books describe them. You close your eyes and give a loose to your tears. The end! Okay. We didn't even have to use luck. What the fuck is happening? Who are you? Who are all of these freaks? Why is the dog there? Or the wolf? Is that a wolf? That looks less like a wolf and more like a giant rat. This is amazing. Right. The end. Well, I mean, this is a choose your own adventure. I'm assuming there's many endings. Who the fuck is this guy? We'll go to this guy next, maybe. What do I do now? Checkpoints. The beginning of the story? Sure. Let's go to the beginning of the story again. Tag yourself, I'm the one in the giraffe setup. Beginning of the story? Resume game? Restart game? Let's go beginning of the story. Black crooked branches. Yep, that's fine. You run towards them. I think Anthony Schenk will just should have just gone in the shed. What happens if I do that? Right. Go to the shed or go to the city centre. I think we should go to the shed because we know that we can get herbicide in there. So we'll get the herbicide. Fantastic. Go back. Then Snoopy's fucking around. We'll go to the city centre. What's another boy that we want? I would like to visit the Traveller. Or go to the library. We could get a nerd. Well, that was racist and weird. We can go to the library. We'll get a nerd with us. Mech City Library towers above you. It's an enormous building with a roof crowned by pointed steeple, topped with a book and a gear. That's very sort of JRPG looking. Here you can get access to the knowledge available to the city's scholars, provided you know what you're looking for. It looks more like a church. Sometimes the doors of the library open and people go in and out. You see the honor roll nearby. Look at the honor roll. I don't give a fuck about what's an honor roll? What is that? Prominence. Who are you? Thanks for the valuable contribution. Are these the people who financed the game? They look like Russian war criminals. Don't they? Who is Mr. X? What atrocities has he committed to fund this? You'll notice an honor roll with photos of the prominent residents of Mech City. Fantastic. For a second, you stop in front of it. You feel pride because of so remarkable people living in your city. But it's time to go. You come to the counter. A tall, skinny librarian is looking inquiringly at you. Do you want to come with me? What would you like to know about Wild Island? Read about the fauna? Read about the inhabitants. Very churchy library. Is it a secret cult? It might be Scientology. Like, what the fuck is this clock? Read about the inhabitants. Okay, we won't be surprised. This book contains pictures of savagely looking people in loincloths. According to it, this island's inhabitants are quite savage people. They live in small tribes. They know what fire is, but can't make it. Each tribe carries fire in a wicker and worships it like an idol. How do they carry fire in a wicker if they don't know how to make fire? You insane man. The loss of fire is a great misfortune for those people. They communicate mainly by gestures. You keep turning the pages over, but soon it makes you bored. You may need to look for something else. Return to the counter? Read about the fauna? You see a shaggy, scary beast with saber-sharp teeth. You skim through the pages. Here's some information. This beast that travelers call a saber-toothed wolf is one of the largest predators of Wild Island. It's primarily a nocturnal animal. Tough fell and thick layer of subcutaneous fat serve as fine armor, capable of stopping a rifle bullet. So we did it right before. We would have gotten notched by the wolf. Intolerant to loud and shrill sounds, it's also unable to climb a tree that can save an unlucky wayfarer who came across this creature. Okay. You close the book and shiver. It's better to steer clear of such a beast. Return to the counter. So this is like hints. What about the flora? Okay. The fucking horrible cum plants that put you to sleep. 2 articles. A beautiful lilac flower is shown in the picture in the first article. Text under it says, Giant Biblis, a group of insectivorous shrubs. Individual specimen can reach 1 meter in height, so they might be the cannibal plants. Its leaves are covered with sticky fuzz and glands that secrete digestive juice, so they're also a little bit vaginal. It's known that even small animals may be entrapped by this plant. Digestive juice? Sticky fuzz? On the picture to the second article, you can see a high herbaceous plant topped by a panicle of small white flowers. That's the one that makes you sleep. Sedium. It smells strongly and causes a sedative effect. Travelers are not recommended to walk in the fields. Fantastic work. Return to the counter. I think that's everything we need. Exit. You've learned everything. It's time to go. You open the door. Maybe you'll have time to do something else. Okay, go back to the square. Let's get a boy as well. You can see the House of Huntsman. Conan will want to join you. Inventor Nicholas Swift, a father of your friend Doyle. Doyle is probably at home. They say knowledge is power. House of Traveller. He can tell you something that's written not even in Doyle's books. You can also return home for a while. I'd like to visit the inventor and we can get an extra boy. Because I feel like having an extra boy, even just as spare meat, is good, right? I hear you're into hen play. I have some geese girls. I don't remember saying that. Also, I don't really know what hen play would involve. Geese play? I have no idea. I guess hen play would have to involve sitting on things, right? Like just sort of gently roosting on someone. This small building, a house and a laboratory at the same time, hanged with antennas from all sides, belongs to Nicholas Swift, a very respectable citizen of Mech City. Though he is strange like all other scholars are, he knows a lot. There are also many interesting technical things in his laboratory. They are so fascinating to boys. Not to girls, though. Where's Irene? Did we not see Irene? It said at the start, like, Irene was there. Are there no women in this game that don't get shot? When you come to the door, it opens by itself, inviting you to enter. You wonder how Nicholas's devices know that you're here. Go inside. That is a baby getting beaten by a woman, I think. Passing the laboratory, while Nicholas is fiddling around with his great invention, you enter Doyle's room. He has pie wallpaper. Oh, fuck me. I think this wallpaper actually has the digits of pi on it. That is insufferable. I would beat you to death. You're also very noticeably balding. All of the children on this island are going bald. That's very wrong. Doyle is reading something, sitting on the bed. Doyle is quite tall for his age. Skinny four eyes with long hair. No, he isn't. His hair isn't that long, and also, he does not appear to be wearing glasses. What the fuck are you talking about? Things are not always what they seem. He's not exactly a grunt. On the contrary, he likes playing basketball. I don't know what that sentence means. However, nobody expects great results from him, because it is science that he likes more. Can't you tell? He has a ridiculous novelty clock, and some sort of art. Hello, Henry. Doyle put the book aside. Is it time? Yeah, pack up your things. Let's just drop by Father's for a minute. You'll see, he's completing a very interesting thing. You think about his proposal. Swift's workshop is a very interesting place, but the host is quite talkative, and most likely won't let you leave so easily. So we could probably go get another boy. Could I possibly have 2 boys? Oh. I could have Conan and Doyle. I have 2 boys at once. And where's Irene? I would... Yeah, fuck it. Let's see. Maybe we'll get like a weird thing. He's built a fucking metropolis, man. Okay. The workshop is large and luminous. There's lots of incomprehensible devices. This person who made this game looked up science stuff on Google Images and just yeeted a lot of those into the game, didn't they? There are lots of incomprehensible devices and tools. Nicholas, dressed in black overall, is standing by the workbench, grinding some parts with a file, not shown here. You can see something, a cross between a dummy and a knight's armor. You think this looks like a knight's armor. Clearly a generic 3D model of a guy with a copper texture over it and some woven trousers. You need to go to school. Father calls it a golem, whispers Doyle. He's joking, of course. Golems exist only in tales. We don't have Jewish people on Mech Island. A robot, you ask? Can it think? Can it feel? Can it love? No, not yet. It's difficult to make a machine which does those things. Father will operate it from the control panel. He'll make it love from there. And what is that, you ask, pointing at a flat metal box with a round metal wheel on one side. We have called it a lighter. There's benzene inside. When you turn the wheel, sparks are produced and the benzene catches fire. So this society has made robots and is called Mech City, and it's just about discovered a lighter. Oh, that could probably distract those savages, right? Fire is holy to them. It's more convenient than matches. Shall we take it just in case? Yes, we should. Okay. Doyle puts the lighter inside his pocket. At the same time, Nicholas notices you.
Hello, boys. Would you like me to tell you about my golem?
You unnoticeably pull Doyle's sleeve, but it's too late. You don't want to offend Nicholas, so you patiently listen to him. Time flies and you constantly look at the clock. And finally, when the moment is right, you make an excuse and say you have to go. You're coming too, right? Rat boy? Dungaree rat boy? Yes. Fucking yes. Good stuff. Doyle is now with you, and as everyone knows, knowledge is power. Besides, now you have a lighter that will surely serve you well. You can make a campfire. Unfortunately, Nicholas's story took too much time, and now you have to hurry so as not to be late for Wild Island's arrival. So it seems like when we recruit a guy, we can either get 2 boys, or we can get 1 boy with a special item. I understand. Wait for the island approaching. Yep, that's fine. It'll all be the same, I assume. Horrible little fucking mutant dog jumps over and then runs in. We run into... Yippee, we stay overnight. I'm going to take a rest on the tree branches because the saber-toothed snaggle wolf, or whatever the fuck it was called, can't climb trees because it doesn't have thumbs like us. Ooh, kiss? No, I don't want to kiss this one. I didn't like Conan either, but this child, I don't mean to be overly rude, this child is simply too ugly to sleep with. My character can't kiss this boy. It will be social suicide. Look how fucking hideous he is. He's got a fucking pseudo mullet, balding. He looks like a rat boy. I can't kiss him. You recollect a book that you had read recently about Robin Crusoe. Robinson, when he found himself on the island, spent his first night on a tree so as to avoid predator attacks. Good idea. It is useful to read books after all. Wow. We take rest on tree, you say to Doyle. Henry! What the fuck? Henry! You see, I have a fear of height. I feel giddy at once. Just don't tell anybody, please. Look, if it comes to it, we can push Doyle out of the tree if the wolf comes, and the wolf can just eat him, because I don't like him. He asks, being embarrassed. Oh, fuck, really? Oh, well, we're gonna get fucking eaten by a wolf then. That's not good. Oh, no. Okay. It's a pity. The plan was very good. It appears you have to come up with something else. You're gonna get us eaten by a big dog. Make shelter of branches on the glade. I think we're fucked now. I think if we don't have a gun, so I think we're gonna... Oh, no. Okay, fine. Soon you proudly admired the structure. Yep, it's getting dark. Time to get ready to sleep. Build a fire. That might keep him away. Because if we have a lighter now, so we can build a fire. I don't know why that wasn't an option on the previous one. Surely two boys can build a fire between them. Build a fire. If you can build us... Oh, Jesus. Oh, he's just happy to sit by us. He's just a friend, actually. Eat Doyle, not me. Henry, wait, says Doyle. Let's start a fire first. Everybody agrees, all two of us. After picking dry branches, which lie about everywhere, you build a small fire. Doyle bends over it, seductively, and flicks the lighter. Dry wood ignites easily. Now the fire cracks cosily by the entrance of your flimsy shelter. It looks pretty solid, considering two boys built it in like an hour. It's getting dark very soon. In a few hours you can see only the nearest trees lit by the fire, and all the rest behind them is hidden in pitch darkness. You are all tired and scared, but it's difficult to get to sleep. Well, yeah, you're scared. You're tired and scared, but despite being scared, it's difficult to go to sleep. The jungle outside is full of weird and dreadful sounds. In thickets, unknown animals howl and scream in fear. You can hear strange rustles. Some ape-like creatures come down the trees and look at your fire with curiosity. You look at them. Suddenly, these creatures begin to scream loudly. Ah! Being frightened. One by one, they rush up the trees with lightning speed. For a moment, silence falls upon the jungle. Then branches on the trees push apart, and a large, hairy, coal-black beast steps out to the glade. He's grey at best. He's got like white fur on him. Its long, messy hair hangs down, with its saber-long fangs gleaming in the light of the fire. The beast stands still, looking at you. The creature's nostril moves. It's obviously scenting you. The predator comes closer, and then stops hesitating, as if some unseen barrier restrained it. The creature is certainly afraid of fire, but your shelter is very unsafe. We're about to get eaten by a wolf. You've got to do something until it's not too late. I just have wait. I think we're gonna get eaten by a fucking wolf because of this fucking nerd. The beast roars and turns around and goes back to the thicket. You think it's all over when suddenly one of the walls of your shelter collapses. Yep, that's fine. Fear seizes you and you are unable to take any measures. Your adventure ends here. Try again. When? Oh, Christ. Morning, lake. I mean, oh, fuck. The beginning of the story, I guess? Evening in the jungle? Where was this? Herbicide and lighter. I mean, I can't do anything with you. You fucked me, Doyle. You fucked me. 10 out of 10 ending. Doyle fucked me. Right. Christ. I have to go back then. We need Doyle and Conan, I think. Because maybe Conan can bully the fucker. You know? Beginning of the story. Good stuff. Click, 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 click. Click, 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 click. Having gathered your strength, you jump. Yep, fantastic. I think it's creepy that you have that picture up there, I'll be honest. Right, we get the herbicide. Go to the shed. And this time, let's get both boys. Right? Go to the city centre. Let's get both boys, but no gun or lighter. Let's visit the huntsman. Go get Mr. Boy. Go inside. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Shall we go? Yep, fantastic. Your dad might find out if we take his gun. We'd better hurry if we don't want to be late. Fantastic stuff. Conan is your team now. You have no rifle, but there's still enough time to return to the square and take a walk around. Fantastic stuff. Let's go get Mr. Nerd, idiot. Doyle is probably at home. You can also return home. I would like to visit the inventor, and we'll get 2 boys this time. 2 whole boys. Fantastic. We can get the lighter as well, can't we? Okay. Let's just get 2 boys, no lighter, no rifle, and we'll go to the explorer, the traveller, and see what he has to say. Doyle is now with you, and as everyone knows, that's fine. Go to the square. We've now got 2 boys. Conan will want to join. What are you talking about? What? We can only get 1 boy? That's fucked. No, it says Doyle is at home as well. We must have 2 boys. Visit the traveller. Did I miss the ending? It was very odd. We should take the robot with us? I wish we could. The house of the traveller, Cyrus Paganel, is the favourite place of the local kids because they love his stories about remote lands and his bizarre little tricycle. And half of Mech City's boys is in love with his daughter Irene. Yes, we can get Irene with us. We can get 3 boys! 3 whole boys! You come up to the door and knock on it. You hear steps inside and the host opens the door. Hello, Henry, he says. Come on in. Obviously go inside. Is that Irene? Cyrus closes the door and goes to his cabinet. You go to Irene's room and knock on the door. Irene greets you with an impatient exclamation. She is petite and flexible like a tiny snake. I love this game. A green-grey cloak covers her shoulders, almost falling to the ground. Petite and flexible like a tiny snake. That'll probably be useful. She can probably fit in some holes. Like if we have to fight a badger, for instance, we can probably, like, send her in. She can, like, snake through it like a mongoose. Irene is fond of playing hide-and-seek and keeps winning all the time. Meow dearly. Henry, quickly, let's go or we'll be late. Go, go, go. Wait, you say. Maybe we can ask your dad if he can tell us something about the island. Well, we've got all 3 boys. Not a tiny snake. Keep Bear Grylls away. Oh, you know he's done that. He's such a fetishist. You know he has, like, asked a sexual partner to pretend to be a dead snake so he can fill it up with pee and then drink it. You just know that's happened. If he can tell us something about the island. Don't! You know him! He'll deliver a 1-hour lection, and we'll definitely be late for. Cyrus is not as verbose as Nicholas Swift. Maybe Irene's worries are groundless. She is a woman. After all, she is a fidget. It's amazing how she manages to sit still while hiding. A fidget. Talk to Cyrus. Look, we don't have the fucking rifle. We don't have... Okay, what do I want most? Rifle. I'm hoping that now that we have the other 2 boys, they'll bully the nerd rat into not staying on the ground and getting us killed, right? Talk to Cyrus. Maybe he'll give us a cool item. Oh, you look like a nerd. Cyrus is sitting at his writing desk, looking at maps of some lands. Having noticed you coming through the door, he puts them aside. This is a hideous room, like all the rooms in this game. Mr. Cyrus, do you happen to have the map of Wild Island, you ask?
I had it somewhere, he asks. Let's look for it.
You keep searching for quite a long time, in spite of the fact that everyone was trying to help. Alas, a sheet of parchment that was found disappointed you. The map is incomplete and is not much benefit.
Chin up, Henry, Silas consoles you. Look what I found.
I don't know why he sounds like a cartoon dog. He holds a massive spyglass in his hands. It consists of 2 black cylinders belted by copper rings. We'll take that, why not? Lenses are gleaming dimly.
I thought I had lost it a long time ago,
he smiled.
Well, since we found it thanks to you, take it. It's yours.
This town apparently specializes in unique wallpaper. At least it's better than the pie wallpaper from earlier. Such a present has improved your mood, and you now say goodbye to Cyrus and take the exit. Fantastic. We have a spyglass. What is this? Is this the Arctic Circle? Why do they have a... Yeah, that says America right there. And Africa. This is the fucking Arctic Circle. Why does he have this when this is not set on Earth? Go out. Did I say Silas by mistake? That's how you talk in my head, I guess. Irene is now with you. She can act secretly and stealthily if necessary. She can sneak behind the wolf and sort of... Like, again, apparently you're supposed to do with pit bulls, sort of deactivating it by fisting it. You have the spyglass. That will surely be of use. However, you spend too much time on looking for it. Now you have to hurry if you don't want to be late to see Wild Island, but we have 3 boys. What's better than fighting a wolf than 3 boys? Expect the wonder that many people witnessed just once in a lifetime. You hurry to the edge of Mech City Island. Right, our mutant dog is going to toss himself over the edge and then vanish into the woods. Then we run in. Get all of your friends together. Come together. Fantastic. A few adults who saw your desperate act run towards you, screaming. You rush towards Snoopy. You ran as fast as possible. You realize you've run too far. You follow your trail. There's musty bushes. Fantastic. It seems you're completely lost. But now we have boys. A long time has already elapsed and it's getting dark in the jungle. Looks like night is falling. It's useless and dangerous to look for a way out in the dark. You're scared. Tears are welling up in your eyes, but it's clear you won't return home today. Apparently you'll have to stay overnight. You come across a small forest glade and look around. Will it be safe to settle here, or should you find a safer place while it's not too dark? You should climb in the tree. Ask Irene for advice. Ooh! Hello? Ask Irene for advice, because she's a girl and might think of sort of womanly ways to survive. Irene is a traveller's daughter. Are we going to hide in that big hole? A traveller's daughter. Without doubt, her father taught her how to act in such situations. She's wearing that stupid cloak. Hey, Irene, did your father tell you where they were staying overnight here? They tried to find a cave to have a rest, she replied. He said it was dangerous to stay in the open. This place is teeming with predators, Henry. Again, Rolf Harris's are wandering round. She shivers and seems to be about to cry, because she is a woman. That's what they do. Henry, what are we going to do? The night is coming. What will happen to us? We will be eaten. It's like you said. We'll find a cave. Everything will be fine. I'm a boy. I'm level-headed. You calm Irene down, but your own voice is trembling treacherously because we are a twink. You have no idea where to look for a cave. Maybe there are no caves in this part of the island. However, luck is probably on your side today. We have 2 luck down at the bottom. I think that's bad. Close to the glade, you find a spacious and dry grotto. Plus, it's absolutely uninhabited for everybody's relief. Now you can try to prepare for the night, or should you do something else first? Nothing's an option. Maybe if we had... What the fuck else could we have gotten? A fire, I guess? Oh, Christ. Look at him. Right. You can see that Irene is cheered up. Yeah, it looks like it. Now we can sleep with no worry. My father said we may not fear predators while we're in caves. Yeah, look, this seems totally safe. Well, perhaps. This cave is a good shelter, which can protect you from the dangers of the forest during the night. The only thing that bothers you is that open entrance. Could we have fucked around and made a door? I feel like that wasn't an option. And I can't think of anything else we could have done. It's getting dark outside very soon. In a few hours, you can hardly recognize objects at arm's length. The rest is hidden in impenetrable darkness. You're all tired and scared. Some animals scream and howl. Yep, no wonder you can't fall asleep. Suddenly, the forest animals begin to scream especially loud. A large predator is approaching. To your horror, the sparkling eyes of a predator, who is breathing loudly. Why didn't we bring some bacon to toss to the wolf? We read about the wolf and everything. You've got to do something before it's too late. Next. We need the gun. But we can only carry one item. Fuck. Maybe fire plus cave can do it? Like lighter plus cave? Or rifle. The rifle scares it away. Or maybe we could have bullied that boy up. Toss one boy out. Rat boy, go! Just toss him out like it's a Pokemon battle. Just throw the rat boy at him. Fight! Oh, Jesus Christ! The unknown predator is coming closer, not taking their eyes off you. You step back into the depth of the cave, desperately trying to think of something, until you are cornered. Fear is seizing you. There is nothing you can do. Your adventure ends here. Oh no. Well then. Try again, I guess. Evening in the jungle? This is where we just were, right? Let's try and take a rest on the tree branches. Oh, you fucking prick! Doyle is too spooked. Make a shelter of branches on the glade. This isn't going to work either. The three of us are going to be in here. 4 of us, and we're not going to be able to take on the wolf. We're going to fist it. Yeah, we're dead. Cool. Right. Fuck you. Okay, the beginning of the story. So this is an end state. The 3 boys and the spyglass is not how we win. What about the 3 boys and the rifle? Sure, 3 boys and a rifle? That's a cocktail for fun. Beginning of the story, please. Can I just skip? I can just hold down space to skip. That's very good. Go out. Get the herbicide. That's just a default one. Still don't know why I'm not taking the fucking knife, to be honest. Oh, I might be able to go back, actually. Go back home and get something. I wonder what that does. Might try that. Right, let's go get the rat boy first. Right? Rat boy, because we're not getting the lighter. We'd better hurry not to be late. Right, go to the square. Then we'll get Travel Woman. Come on, Travel Woman. There we go. Come on in. Go inside. And we don't want your fucking useless dad's spyglass. Go out. There we go. Go to the square. I've got so much guinea pig fluff in my mouth. Visit the huntsman. And we'll get the gun, I think. Or maybe we'll go home. Because if we don't have anything, we can't fuck the wolf. Or fuck up the wolf, not fuck the wolf. We're not going to have sex with the wolf, I imagine. Yeah, I want the rifle. Fuck it, I want the rifle. Take the rifle. Give me 5 minutes. Yep. Time to leave. Fantastic. We have to hurry in order not to be late. Wait for the island. Okay, so now we have 3 boys and a gun and herbicide. Nothing could kill us. Oh, I hate that fucking dog. I hate that mutant dog. Right. Ask Irene for advice. I think we go into the cave and then fuck him up, right? The lighter could also maybe have worked. Maybe sex with the wolf is the answer. I wouldn't put it past this game. Ask Irene for advice. We'll go into a cave. Next. Okay. Now. There's a wolf, obviously. Shoot the rifle in the air. Because we learned it's got belly fat, which absorbs bullets. It's got like a little belly pouch, like a house cat, so we can't shoot it. Shoot the rifle in the air, spook it off. Conan, fire! Scare him off! Conan shoots again. You can hear the screams of animals running away deeper in the forest. You shout as loudly as possible, advancing towards the predator. And when you think you are done for, the beast wavers. Yes! Kiss! All of us kiss. Embracing each other, you finally all give way to tears. Did Irene die? Where's she? We don't like her. We don't hug her. She's like our less good friend. At last you pull yourself together. Kiss? Don't kiss Rat Boy. He can watch in the bushes if he really wants, but like, we can kiss. I'm not kissing you. Look at the fucking state of you. Why are you balding? Okay, we defeated him, didn't we? You say, trying to make your voice sound confident. Conan, good job. What would we do without you? It seems like Conan blushed and is trying to smile. You pull a blanket out of the backpack. Let's try to sleep now. In the morning, we'll decide what to do next. You don't have to say it twice. In a minute, everybody sleeps like a dog. Okay, we do karate moves. We've really given this beast hot and strong, Henry. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now. Let's not go through we've solved the wolf puzzle, right? Let's not fuck it up by going into the cum sleep meadow. Sleepy cum meadows. Awakened birds, chirring of insects. You need to keep moving. Today it's necessary to get out of this forest and return home at all costs. You pack up your stuff in a hurry and start marching. Yep. Water source, fantastic. You've been walking for quite a long time. I think we need to go to the animal trail and not the meadow. Gusts of wind sway plants on the fields. You seem to be so close to the vast lake. It's time to choose how best to get to the water. Follow the animal path, so we don't fall asleep. Oh, this is the fuzzy digestive juices. This is the opposite of the cum plant. This is the one that's going to be like absorbing me or whatever. We have herbicide though. You walk along the animal trail pretty fast. It's quite easy. You don't even have to move branches apart anymore. You're surrounded by short bushes, richly studded with white flowers. They're so numerous that you can hardly see the leaves. Their smell is rather nice. You're almost halfway to your destination. Thickets become denser. Actually, you see some new plants. These are short, 1 meter high bushes with beautiful lilac flowers. A pleasant, sweetish smell is coming from them. It's strange, but there's almost no grass near these bushes. Not shown here. The bushes with the white flowers form rather a dense living wall, with lilac bushes growing quite sparsely. You need to decide whether you thread your way through the thickets of white bushes, or try to go through the lilac ones. Right. I think the white bushes are going to send us to sleep with their musky cum scent. I think the lilac bushes are going to try and dissolve us in their horrible little womb. But I have herbicide to deal with at least one of them. So I'm going to try and go through the lilac flower bushes. You bravely walk to the shrubs of lilac plants, and when you touch branches in order to move them apart, you feel something humid and sticky on your hands. Their musky cum scent. That's what it described it as, wasn't it? The branch is entirely covered with fuzz. Sorry. The branch is covered with fuzz, glittering with drops of limpid liquid. You try to jerk your hand away, but all in vain. The fuzz is holding it. Other branches are trembling eagerly near you as if they were alive. As if they were alive. It just repeats the sentence. I thought I was having a stroke. Other branches are trembling eagerly near you as if they were alive. As if they were alive. You feel like a fly trapped in a web. So glad my stream works again. Ooh, not the sensual ASMR. Other branches are trembling eagerly near you as if they were alive. Their fuzzy vulvas dripping juice? What did it describe it as? Something with fuzz. You need to pull yourself together and find the way out. Okay, use herbicide. This is why we brought the herbicide, everybody. Use herbicide. Dissolve those fuckers. There we go. Trying not to make any abrupt movements, you carefully take the canister with herbicide. I don't know why that's my carefully motion. With herbicide, using the free hand, take out the stopper with the help of your teeth and shower the predatory branch which is stuck to your arm. Are those moths? I don't think so, no. The fuzz, covered with shining drops, begin to turn dark and shrink before your eyes, but the terrible stubborn plant keeps holding you. Quite a lot of time has passed before the substance finally kills the clammy fuzz stuck to your arm. You step back very carefully and fall powerlessly on the grass, gasping for some air. What were my friends doing while I was doing this? Reminds me so much of an art film I once saw. When you recover completely, you go back. Now it's clear. That path through the lilac plants is deadly dangerous, so you have no other option. Oh, fuck! To make your way through the thick shrubs of white flower bushes, but they're the fucking cum bushes! No! We're gonna get sent into a cum-drunk sleep. Fuck. Fuck! Oh, we bought the machete, apparently. Okay. When it becomes too difficult to move shrubs apart with your hands, you take a long handmade machete, which comic book heroes sometimes have, out of your backpack. Why didn't you use that on the wolf all these times? You made the machete with your dad, just for fun. Your father grumbled at the time that such a knife is not made for kids. Probably now he would be glad for you. I don't think he would. You fancy yourself as an adventurer who goes through the jungle for a treasure. Are these not the I guess these aren't the cum bushes then. I guess these are it was the other white flowers that were the cum bushes. Finally, the last bushes fall under your pressure, and with a sense of relief, you step on the oozy shore of the lake, leaving thick shrubberies behind. Oh, look at the little froggo. Finally, last bushes... Yeah, that's just a repeated sentence. There we go, we're back here, but we haven't passed out. You greedily fall down to water, drinking. Water is pure, cool, and delicious. Only now, when the long walk to the lake is behind, you realise how thirsty you were. When you quench your thirst, you look around. The lake is not very large. Its shores are covered in silt and tangles of reeds. Oh, they're all here. Fantastic. She's got a little bear on her top. I've only noticed that just now. Where'd your cloak go? And why am I always on all fours, arching my back? Why is my character always doing that in every scene? Irene is putting... am I into puppy play or something? Irene is putting her hand on my back while I'm doing it as well. Like I'm hers. You clearly discriminate some movement. It looks like it's men on another shore. Right. I don't see how this is going to go any better than it previously did. Right? Like, how is this going to go any different? At first you think it's your parents come to help. I think we need the fire at this point. Surely. At first you think it's your parents come to help. But oh good, the fish fear me hat, thank you. Yippee, and a cloak. I hate you. Nice. Let's get the cloak first then. Cloak. It's still too warm to wear a cloak. The fact that I can say that in mid-October is shameful. It shouldn't be too hot to wear a cloak. It should be perfect cloak weather. Instead, it's about 17 degrees. Absolutely ridiculous. At first you think it's your parents come to help. Actually, it's quite hot here as well. At first you think it's your parents come to help, but then you obviously discern half-naked bodies wriggling in some wild dance. No, those are certainly not parents, but savages. Your first inducement is to run away, then you calm down and curiosity takes over. It's 23 degrees here? Fuck me, that's too hot. Hello, everybody. You don't know where to run anyway. The savages apparently can't see you. Perhaps by observing them, you'll find out how to get out of here. I think we must need some sort of fire, right? Like, we need the lighter, because it said in the book. Also, how do we use luck in this game? Luck has never come up. You carefully tip your way through the rustling tangles of reeds to the opposite shore. Exactly so. These are natives. Was this game made in the 60s? 2015! They're dressed in loincloths, holding stone spears and clubs in their hands. Savages dance around a high pole with a totem, which meaning is hidden from you. Okay, ask Irene to look for Snoopy. She's, what was it described? Petite and slinky like a snake. She does hide and seek! Yes, send her out. Send out Irene to sneak around the savages and look for the mutant dog. There we go. From here, you can't see well what is going on in the savages' clearing. Stop calling them savages. I'm begging you, game. And coming closer is dangerous. Oh, look at the little toad boy. Look at that little toad boy. There's two of them. I love them. Fortunately, Irene is with you with her little bear top. Irene, can you look what's going on over there? Easily. You didn't have time to reply anything, as she's already disappeared into the thickets. After some time, the reed finally move apart, and Irene returns. Henry! They got Snoopy! Yeah, I know. He is in the cage! Very close! Quietly gabbles Irene. Carefully following Irene, you sneak closer to the clearing, where savages keep dancing. So it is. Snoopy is sitting in the cage, not far. Conan wants to fire. Of course he does. Ask Doyle to negotiate with the savages, or Conan wants to fire. Oh, Christ. Okay. I think we should probably negotiate with them instead of opening fire with a rifle. We're not English. Ask Doyle to negotiate with the savages, please. I love these little frogs. They're just kind of quietly watching. Maybe sharp mind can do better than brutal force. Doyle, did you study indigenese language? Listen, maybe you will understand something. Doyle nods with his disgusting rat head and listens to what savages are saying, then turns to you. Well, I've got two news for you. The bad news is that they want to sacrifice Snoopy. The tribe recently lost their fire. Now they dance to make gods give them a new fire. Right, so we should have brought the lighter, is what you're saying. But then how would we have fucked up the wolf without the rifle? And the good one? You see? Doyle slyly winks. I can't slyly wink. We could pretend to be gods. If they get fire, I can probably come to an agreement with them. Yeah, but we don't have your fucking lighter. In any case, the plan is risky, but few things in life can be done without risk. You have nothing to create fire, so I think we just die. Ah, right. 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 This couldn't possibly get worse. Oh, they're going to pretend to be gods. You have nothing to create fire. Most likely Doyle's idea would work, although you know savages, although the plan is risky. But unfortunately, you've got nothing to ignite a fire. You check your rucksack looking for matches, but there's nothing. This moment you regret that neither you nor your friends smoke. Oh! Apparently, you can only wait. Well, then we're gonna be fucked up by natives. Yeah, there we go. Bite him! Bite him, rat boy! Pull her hair, Irene! I'll choke him. Weird dance of savages continues quite long. There seemed no end to it. Looking at sharp and monotonous movements, you start to doze. All of a sudden, right in front of you, the reed is being drawn apart and appears scary-looking painted face. They've spotted us. You rush back, but the path is already cut off. Yeah, I think we're gonna... Yeah, there we go. Then our dad comes in and kills them all. Fantastic. Well, this is what we wanted to avoid. After some time, you already tied up by pole with totem. Savages continue their dancing around it. The expressions on their faces you don't like at all. Suddenly, a sounded clap of a shot. The savage nearest to you snatches at his chest, takes his blood-stained hand to his eyes, and falls dead. Yeah, they kill them all, and then our dads save us, or whatever. Oh, Christ. Beabrus comes out of the bushes. Conan's father, he's girded by an ammunition belt, actually showed in this one, and holds a shotgun in his hands. Your parents and a large group of men appear from behind the trees. Our Wagner dad shows up and commits genocide. Well, Henry, I will give you a proper spanking when we get back. Father shakes his fist at you. Suddenly you feel great tiredness mixed with relief and disappointment. Yes, you survived the night in the jungle, coped with other dangers, but the price for your release was too high. Adventurers are not always what the books describe. You close your eyes and give loose to your tears. The end. Right. I love the end screen. Right. I need to save these boys and the native boys, surely. We need the lighter. But how do we hold the fucking lighter is the problem. Like checkpoints back at the beginning. Like how do we do... Maybe we get the lighter instead of the gun, right? Ah, Jesus Christ, go out. Most of the bullshit colonial stories go exactly like this. So we need the herbicide. Although we don't really need the herbicide, do we? Go back. Then go to the city centre. Right. We'll get Conan. Although I don't know what Conan's really fucking good for if we don't have the gun, right? But we'll get him anyway. He can be a meat shield. Your dad will be angry if we steal his rifle. Go to the square. Then we will get Snake Girl. Snake Girl, the Traveller Girl. There we go. Come on in. Go inside. She is petite and flexible like a tiny snake. That's useful in order to scout. So we need you. Go out. And then we'll talk to Inventor Boy and get his lighter. Surely this is how you fucking win, right? Surely. We could also go home. Can I save? Save game. Save one empty. What happens if I go home? Like once I have the 3 boys. Can I get like... Can I get some sort of like machine gun or something? Visit the inventor. Just in case, I'm gonna get him and not get the lighter. Right? We'd better hurry not to be late. So we don't have any items right now. Go to the square. On the western edge, yep, that's fine. Dad is probably at home, something. You can also return home. Let's go home. We also went to the library at one point. Go home. You leave the square and go quickly to your house. What the fuck is happening there? Sorry. Its roof can already be seen at the edge of the street. Why did you model this happening? Okay, you stand in front of your house. Ah, we've already gone there, fucker. Okay, can I get the lighter then? Instead, I would like to go to the lighter. Go home, go to the library. Fuck. Oh, fuck, man. Go to the library. Was there any items we could get there? No. Other than looking at Mr. X or whatever. Read about the inhabitants. The inhabitants like fire. Savage-looking people in loincloths. According to it, this island's inhabitants are a savage people. They worship fire like an idol. They communicate by gestures. Exit. Right, fantastic. I need to reload, I think. Load game. Let's load that. Good stuff. Visit the inventor. Get the lighter. We can possibly, if we go into the cave and have a fire, maybe we can have a chance of warding off that wolf. Fire seems really important. Go out. We have a lighter now. Good stuff. Then wait for the island. Our stupid fucking dog. Maybe we can slit the dog's throat before this happens. Did we try doing that? Right. We run after dog. Seems you're completely lost. Okay, night is falling. You'll have to stay overnight here. It's saved. You come across a small forest glade and look around. Will it be safe to settle here? Or should you find a safer place while it's not too dark? Ask Irene for advice. She'll lead us to a cave, then we can maybe light a fire outside the cave. Then the wolf boy won't be able to get around the back of us and ambush us like he did the last time. Ask Irene for advice. Irene is a traveller's daughter. Without doubt, her father told her to act in such situations. Hey Irene, did your father tell you where they were staying overnight here? She says, some caves. Build a fire by the entrance. Fan-fucking-tastic. Find a way to... Okay, successful combination. I just got a fucking achievement. Yes. Save. You can see that Irene has cheered up. Are we even in a cave? We seem to be in a big tree trunk. Now we can sleep with no worry. My father said we may not fear predators while we are in caves, provided they cannot come in. You say in a worried voice. We need to build a fire by the entrance. Near the cave, you collected logs of lots of last year's dry branches for firewood. This should suffice. So, let's try to ignite. Doyle fishes the lighter out from a pocket. Dry branches burn like gunpowder. If only there was enough firewood till morning. Well, looks like it's time to go to sleep. Is there not enough firewood till morning? There we go. Fuck you and your fucking wolf face. It's getting dark very soon. In a few hours, you can see only the nearest trees lit by the fire, and all the rest behind them is hidden in pitch darkness. You all tired and scared, but it's difficult to get to sleep. The jungle outside is full of weird and dreadful sounds. In thickets, unknown animals howl and scream in fear. You look at them. Suddenly, these creatures begin to scream loudly, being frightened. One by one, they rush up on the trees with a lightning speed. For a moment, silence falls upon the jungle. Then branches on the trees are being pushed apart, and a large, hairy, black coal beast steps out into the glade. Its long, messy hair hangs down, with its saber-long fangs gleaming in the light of the sun. The beast stands still, looking at your fire. The creature's nostrils move. It obviously scents you. The predator comes closer, and then stops, hesitating, as if an unseen barrier restrained it. A few tedious minutes pass that seem an eternity. I don't know if tedious is the word you were looking there. Tense, maybe? Finally, the monster roars with disappointment. We didn't get eaten by the wolf! Turns around and goes back into the thicket. Your heart is thumping madly. Then tiredness takes over and you fall asleep. Your last thought is that you should ought to sleep in turn so as to keep fire. Morning chill awakens you. Of course the fire by the entrance has gone long too. You're very lucky that nobody else was interested in you during the night. You are idiot children. Also, where's Conan? Did he die? Did you go out to piss during the night and get eaten? Your friends sleep side by side in a row, embracing each other to keep warm. Ooh, but I wasn't. Was I not invited to the orgy? You wake them up. The hood of Irene's cloak is soiled in clay. Doyle's hair stands on end. But all in all, everyone's in good spirits. After discussing again what happened yesterday and eating a piece of bread found in the bag, a single piece of bread, you decide to keep going. It's time to get out of this forest. Okay. Outlines of century-old trees. Now, we can go through the animal path. Don't go through the musky cum valley that puts you to sleep and gets you eaten. Follow the animal path. You walk along the animal trail pretty fast. Their smell is rather nice. These are short 1 meter high bushes with beautiful lilac flowers. We can go through try to thread your way through the thickets of white flower bushes. We have a machete, right? So surely we don't have to go through the glistening, dewy, furry plants that eat us. We can just probably hack our way through this. You start to make your way through. Next. What? Oh, fuck! Being busy with clearing the path, you can't see what's happening around you. At the same time, curious Irene came right to the lilac plants. Fucking herbicide! Suddenly you hear her frightened scream. Oh, she's a woman. She'll flail around and get it all over herself. Henry! Ah! Henry, help! You rush back and stand still. Irene's hand adhered to the branches of a plant, close to a lilac flower. I just wanted to smell a flower, but it won't... but it won't let me go! Henry! Irene pulls the branch back, but it's like it grew fast to her hand. Other branches sway in, dangerous proximity to her. You have to do something urgently. Herbicide. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, is this what we wanted? This didn't happen the other time. Her top is bafflingly shit. You recall the canister with the herbicide taken from your shed. It's time to find out if it's fit for something except extermination of weed. Trying not to make abrupt movements, you carefully take the canister, remove the stopper, and shower the branch adhered to Irene with chemical liquid. Irene, come on. The fuzz-covered, shining drops begins to turn dark and shrink before your eyes, but the stubborn plant keeps holding the girl. Irene starts to cry. I didn't cry. Wait now, it will take effect. You try to calm her down, being not so sure about the success. Quite a lot of time has passed before the substance finally kills the sticky fuzz adhered to Irene's arm. You take her very carefully by the shoulders, pull her out of the plant. Both of you fall powerlessly on the grass, gasping for air. Why are you gasping for air? You didn't run anywhere or do anything. You've been standing there waiting for the plant to let go. Irene is embracing you tightly, shaking and sobbing. You sit on the ground, holding each other, trying not to think about a gruesome fate that you miraculously managed to escape. I think you might have just lost a sleeve. Although no, maybe it was worse for her because she doesn't have sleeves. Having recovered yourselves, you go back. Now it's clear. The path through the lilac plants is deadly dangerous. Yeah, we knew that. That's why we chose the other one game. There we go. Hack through with machetes. You made the machete with your dad for fun. Seems odd. Cool. Make good progress. Finally, you get water with the froggos. Good stuff. We're back here. But now, we have fire. I think we might be about to win. I think we might actually be about to win this game. Only now, when the long walk to the lake is behind, you realize how thirsty you were. When you've quenched your thirst, you look around. The lake is not very large. Its shores are covered in silt and tangles of reeds. On the opposite shore can be seen sunken in silt snags, tangles of rush, and some savages. You think it's your parents come to help. Then you discern half-naked bodies wriggling in a wild dance. Yeah, cool. We'll skip through some of that. Ask Irene to look for Snoopy. Ignite the torches and scare the savages off. Okay, there's a couple of options here. Save game. I'm going to ask Irene to use her petite snake body to wriggle her way through and ask for Snoopy. There we go. She will do that. It's fine. Good stuff. Ask Doyle to negotiate with the savages, because Conan can't shoot them this time. Fantastic. Maybe Sharp Mind can do better than Brutal Force. Doyle, did you study indigenous language? Maybe you'll understand this uncontacted tribe. Maybe you'll understand something. The bad news is they want to sacrifice Snoopy. This tribe recently lost their fire. Now they dance to make the gods give them new fire. And the good one? You see, in theory, we could pretend to be gods. If they get fire, I can probably come to an agreement with them. In any case, the plan is risky, but few things in life can be done without risk. Pretend to be God! Obviously! We pretend to be their god, carrying the lighter with some fire. Yes! Rat boy, carry that lighter. You promptly roll up something like a torch from the dry reeds. Doyle cracks the flint and a tongue of flame appears from his fist. Where the fuck did Conan go? We have Conan. Did he just shit himself to death in the cave? I haven't seen him since. Together you come out in front of the savages. They immediately stop dancing and aim the tips of spears at you. But when they see waving flame above Doyle's hand... When they see a waving flame above Doyle's hand, spears begin to shiver. Some savages instantly fall to their knees and begin to mumble something, lifting up their hands. Yes! Is it easy to be a god? Use one of the items and feel yourself great and all-powerful. Grol Noctaru Trort Uga. At first, Doyle's voice trembles, but then he pulls himself together and pronounces this gibberish quite menacingly. You are racist, Henry. Genuinely. You are a racist little boy. This gibberish. You don't know what it means, some gibberish, but it feels that it takes effect upon the savages. You bring the torch to the lighter. Bright fire blazes up, illuminating frightened, painted faces. One of the natives tries to look brave. He has a high headwear of motley bird feathers. Evidently, this is the chief, or of the tribe, or the shaman, whatever they've got going on. Kumanu come, imperiously says Doyle. Don't use the word imperious when describing a scene like this, please. The chief slowly comes to you, without taking eyes off of the flame. You give him the torch, and he accepts it by slightly shaking hand. He could hardly believe the flame was real. Oga! Shouts the chief. Of course he does. Lifting the torch high. Oga Noak! Oga! Echo his fellow tribesmen. Oh! Rezek Dad, drowning yells of the natives, thunderously heralds Doyle, pointing at Snoopy. What the fuck does this sentence mean? I feel like I'm having some sort of episode. Rezek Dad, drowning yells of the natives, thunderously heralds Doyle, pointing at Snoopy. I feel like this was a sentence, and then they ran it through some sort of thesaurus software. A few savages rush up to the cage, get Snoopy, and drag him by the rope to you. You understood that Doyle requested due sacrifice. What? Surely they're not going to still sacrifice somebody. If they are, Conan, probably? Finally, Snoopy is near, you fucking mutant freak. He yelps and tries to lick you in the nose. Don't let him. By shaking hands, you try to calm him down. What, like doing this? I feel like that would just excite a dog, like pets. The savages that bought Snoopy promptly run back and kneel. Only the chief remains standing. He looks with gratitude at the torch in his hand, and his eyes do shine with happiness. Oh, Jesus Christ. You are a racism episode. I can't say I expected this. You fight the incentive to run away immediately, but it looks like there is nothing to fear. It's clear that the natives feel the mix of adoration, fear, and admiration about you. In their opinion, you are true gods restoring their fire, and in principle, you almost didn't lie to them. Yes, you did! You pretended to be gods! Are you gods? Well, maybe a bit. Doyle grew... I think Conan genuinely shat himself to death somewhere. Like he got dysentery along the way. Because we do have him, but he's just not here. Doyle grew bolder and... oh, don't fuck this up for you. Doyle grew bolder and speaks to the chief about something, then turns to you and says, "The entire tribe thanks us. I told him that we came from the Gods' Island." You taught them that our island is full of gods. That's what you've done. "The chief knows how to get to the shore and promised to provide us with his best warriors. At least we're not killing them all in this playthrough. They will accompany us." Yippee! Look at our horrible dog. After a while, you walk through the jungle. Oh, what are you? Look at this freak in the background. I love him. Look at this horrible little guy. What is that? He looks horrified. He looks so spooked. Can I go over to like a zoomed in version? No, that's just showing Firefox. Never mind. Good stuff. I love him. Your heart thumps because home is very close. By an easy jump, you cross the precipice, trying not to look down. You turn around and see your guides lifting hands to the sky. You wave farewell to them. Bye. You return. Your return is right in time. Once more, the wild island strikes the opposite shore and stately floats away. You follow it with your eyes. Who knows if you will see it so close again in your life. Oh yeah, by the way, anyone who's joined more recently, this is set in a world where everybody exists on floating islands that crash into each other sometimes. In the sky. "Do you think anyone will believe us or not?" thoughtfully asked Doyle. "I don't know if somebody believe us, but corporal punishment is guaranteed." You grinned. That's just a fantastic sentence. What? "I don't know if someone believe us, but corporal punishment is guaranteed." You grinned. You take Snoopy by the dog leash and go home. No matter what adults and kids on the street will say, you know for sure where you've been and what you experienced. And most important, you know that you won. The end! Yippee! Yay! We didn't even have to be rescued by Murder Dad. Fantastic. That was Wild Island Quest, everybody. I hope everybody had a fantastic time.
Cola! Yippee!
Finally, a win for the little guys. That's, we're holding Irene, so I guess we got together because, you know, Irene was fragile and cried and fell on us at one point because of those sticky trees. Right, that was, I don't even know how to... I mean, what do you say about that? What does one say after just completing a game like Wild Island Quest? I paid real money for that, and I slightly regret it. I wasn't expecting it to be as offensive as it was. Because I feel like Red Riding Hood was bizarre, but it didn't have as much talk as Native Savages in it. So that was a plus for that one. I will say, there's about 6 more of those. They actually have a direct sequel, which I might check out. Hang on, what was it called? NLB Project Games. Hang on. Games. What's it called? The Adventurous 4. A sequel to our Wild Island Quest visual novel, which was published a few years ago. This is a recent sequel for only €4. Oh, Christ. In this game book, you'll have to go on a journey full of dangers and adventures. The main characters are all good friends, ready to overcome difficulties. It looks like you fight goblins in this one. Yeah, it looks like this one has some sort of goblin fight involved. There's a large... Doyle the rat boy, who seems to have cured his balding a little bit, but he's being boiled in a big cup by some gobbos. So that's always fun. Right. Thanks everybody for watching that. Sorry. That was I would say one of the worst games I've ever played, but in a staggeringly entertaining way, at least. I had a great time, despite that. Let's apology not accepted. Couldn't fish Baldur's Gate on stream, but we'll play this. Let's raid somebody, shall we? Let's do /raid, and then I don't even know. Let's raid... Oh, Christ. This person? Let's raid this person. Have I typed it right? We'll see. I'm glad we at least won officially. Yeah, we puzzled our way through. Turns out the rifle and the spyglass are red herrings. So just keep that in mind if you want to play, because I'm sure there's endings I didn't find and scenes I didn't see, ways to die I didn't use. Oh, Christ. I feel soiled. Bye, everybody. I'll be live again tomorrow with, I think Myst is the plan tomorrow. I think I'll be playing Myst. So, God, that's going to be frustrating for everybody. Bye. See ya. Bye.